but pick and choose. When you're going to tell a joke, Chris Rock, tell a joke on a person who's stable, a person you have rapport with, someone who likes you, right? Who you can go back and forth. Not a person who have animosity against you. Not a person who have a history with you. And not a person who's not stable. Jada is not stable at all, right? So in every family that I deal with, in every family and every school system that I deal with, right? And I've dealt with a lot of them. Imagine the clock 1, 3, and 6. Imagine the clock 1, 3, and 6. 1 is the leader, 3 is the friend, and 6 is the joker. In your household, as a parent, are you the leader, the friend, or else the joker? A lot of parents that I speak to, they are literally the friend. Here's my spiel, and I said it over again. A job as a parent is to never be the child friend. The child of a parent is to always be friendly to their child. If you be their friend, they're gonna take advantage of you. They're not gonna take you serious. They're gonna step up for boundaries. And you're gonna say, hey, I'm not gonna do that because we're friends. If you're friendly, you can give these people consequence. Because if they're in the workplace or anything else, and they do anything else like that, they will get a consequence. Good or bad, it's still a consequence. Does that make sense? Let's hope so. So here it goes again, though, right? Chris Rock, when you tell jokes, you need to tell jokes where you have as rapport. I don't tell jokes to everybody. If I got a rapport with the person, as I tell a joke, right? No rapport, no jokes. Because you don't know where the person's at mentally, right? So every family, most families and most schools have a joker. Who's the joker? Who's the one who cracks jokes? No one does. He take everything lightly or anything else like that, right? And it could be your son or daughter. The question about jokers is, why are they joking so much? What's taking place with them? Interesting. I believe Chris should only make jokes to people who are stable, not a person who's messed up. And sometimes in the school system, sometimes at home, we don't know this stuff. We don't know what people are dealing with mentally, emotionally. We don't know this, not at all, right? And Jada, as I said, she has some huge problems. So let me tell you. So let me give you one of my case studies. I have many case studies that I do have, right? I give you one about I call him Jacob. I think I did call him Jacob in the book. Jacob was a football player. He comes from literally every school in America wanted him. I mean, he was like 6'2", 6'1", 260 pounds, 4% body fat. This guy was a beast. So at the time, I was working in Michigan City, Indiana, and we had a residential. And he came to our clinic, and I'm like, okay, what's this kid doing here? The kid looked completely normal. I looked at this chart. His mom was a doctor, and his father was a professor or something like that, or lawyer or whatever, right? But they were actually as professionals. So this is interesting. So I was reading his charts and everything else, and I said, interesting. So we'll figure out what's going on. So we had him in group one day, and he says, this is what happened. He says, I had to go to any school in the world. I was going to go to Notre Dame. And he said, and what took place was, and this is what people who don't deal with mental health issues, right? So I'm telling you a story about Jacob who haven't dealt with his issue. So what took place is he didn't want to play football anymore, right? So what took place is the mother and father said, hey, let's talk to our friend who's a teacher. They got a good rapport skills. So he talked to the teacher, and voila, his grades improved. Voila, he was playing football. He did this for about a good 2 years. His senior year, now this one you had to go to college, right? His senior year, all hell broke loose. The reason why is because he stopped playing football. The mom and dad said, what's going on? He said, I don't want to play. The mom found cocaine in his room, drugs in his room, alcohol in his room, and she blew it off. No big deal. We're good. She said, it's not the hard stuff. Okay, fine. And she didn't tell the dad, and the dad was finding crazy stuff. His behavior changed. He dressed in all black, but the parents didn't have a protocol to figure out what's wrong with Jacob. So Jacob stopped playing football totally. He was done. He didn't want to play it anymore. They went back to the teacher. He said, hey, what's going on? I don't know, but I figured it out. What the parents didn't realize, with all the stuff that Jacob was dealing with, because he was addicted to drugs and everything else, that teacher that they sent him to was molesting him. One day Jacob was, there, and he was given some LSD and some cocaine, and he says, he would molest me then. And one day he woke up. And I said, what did you do? He said, I faked like that I was sleeping again. He said, because he said, because I wanted more drugs. I said, okay. I said, then what happened? Then he says, I went back there again, and the same thing happened all over again. I said, interesting. I said, all right. Then he says, well, do you think I'm gay? I said, absolutely not. I said, first and foremost, sex do feel good. Second thing about it is that, you should have stopped, but you're only 17 years young. I said, those things that you have to learn from that, right? But my biggest thing about it, and I told the parents this, so if you having someone else talk to your kid, you should have talked to your kid. Because you don't know what issues other people have. You don't know what challenges other people have. So why didn't you talk to your kid? I said, that's number one. Number two, you should have gained rapport with your kids so your kids can tell you what's going on so you can get them help sooner. Jacob stayed with us for about 9 months. We didn't get him. We got him decent. He went to college, but he didn't play football. And this kid was a beast. I'm telling you guys, this is this. If you don't deal with your kids' issues, somebody else will. This guy thought this guy was his friend, so he told him what's going on. And in the meantime, the friend took advantage of what was going on. First and foremost, watch who you tell. That's the first thing. The second thing about it is if you have an issue, either you deal with them or have a professional deal with them. Because that's what you do. So let me recap on what I talked about. I talked about Will Smith and Chris Rock. I talked about in the school system or in the home. Who's Chris Rock and who's Will Smith? And a lot of our teens right now, they're dealing with a lot of crazy stuff. They got social media bullying right now. They got, oh my God, I'm so happy we didn't have no social media back in the day, right? But they have a lot of stuff going on right now, right? They have the depression, the uncertainty. When we had COVID, we didn't know as a parent what the heck was going on, right? So we was going through a lot of different things. If your kid need help, guys, get them help. We have a program for kids, for parents, for the whole 9 yards. Check out the website. It's drgeneral.com. We have literally everything because my number one goal is to reach people and to help people and to make people better. Because our teens, our kids are our future. We will also have parenting tools. If we make the kids great, the parents have to actually be great as well, right? Because if not, it's going to be a challenge, right? Because my whole biggest thing about it is if the parents are damaged because they didn't deal with their issues as a child and not dealing with it right now, they're taking it out at home. And you don't know how that's going to affect your child. Because your child could be either visual, which he doesn't really care much, auditory, okay, that, he pulls stuff off, or kinesthetic, he's inside his feelings. If he's in his feelings, it's going to affect him. Everybody is going to affect in a completely different way. And we'll break down that one of my other programs. Well, as well, guys, my time is literally up. I'm pretty much close to where I need to be at and stop. Hope you guys enjoyed the program. If you want me to do any other program that you see fit for your teen or your parents, let me know. Until the next time, guys, take care and God bless. Oh, do me a favor. If you like this video, say something and share it with your loved one. Because my number one goal is to reach as many people as possible. I do have a goal, is to reach 1 million people. So this is the Doctor's Corner. If you're in business, I have one called the Dr. John Odom Method, and we talk about business strategies and business ideals, leaderships, and the whole 9 yards. All right, guys, take care. And always God bless. Bye for now.